Jonathan Kuminga, just so we clear, Ox, just because you got an acceptance letter to Stanford does not mean you should go there. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean that you should go. Maybe you should go to Northwestern, right? Maybe you should go to the University of Chicago because Stanford might be a bit much for you, right from the beginning. And I feel like, and I feel like with Jonathan Kuminga, there wasn't a curve. Like what everything that needed to be learned with him needed to be learned right now. Like if he would have got with Atlanta or a mid-level team like that, I think that we would have seen a different level of him as opposed to him getting on that Golden State team where he clearly was not prepared to play with them.
Man, Chill, they were trying to change him into being a strictly role player, and that was not the vision that he had for himself. See, they love the B-Pods over there. Right, they love him. Oh my goodness, B-Pod, great player, yeah. Because they want you to rebound, play all the defense, and set screens. Jonathan Kuminga wanted to play basketball.
Why is that a criticism?
They didn't have that in his.
Why would that be a criticism? You have to play a role next to one of the greatest players ever. Yes, Steph Curry.
Yeah,
my formula works.
Where's that gotten you with that?
But he didn't know how to play back when he first showed up
because of Steph.
With that actual talent.
But it's not because of Steph. If somebody is watching, this is not even real talk because he realizes he's baiting a little bit. But people that think that team is because of Steph Curry, because of Steph Curry is the reason why they haven't won in the playoffs. Again, you're a bot. They have been dysfunctional around Steph. They're only good because of Steph. So you need to learn a role around Steph Curry.
You're missing the point. So I mean,
I understand your logic. Real talk.
Play basketball now. That's
why can't you play basketball in Golden State?
But I think
because that's not what they wanted him to do.
And
they gave him so many opportunities to play basketball, and he wasn't good at it.
No, they wanted him to do what they wanted him to do. Jonathan Kuminga, there was so many times
what did he
do? Jonathan Kuminga would go in the game and offer a legitimate second punch as a scorer.
He couldn't score.
Bring another athletic dynamic.
Where did he score well from?
From a number of different
areas. Where did he score well?
They needed the scoring period.
But he wasn't doing that well.
They needed the scoring period.
Like last season, we had plenty of games, Swiper, where he played like 30 minutes, 28 minutes, and I'd get some quality minutes from him. I'd get 18, I'd get 22. And then Steve Kerr would take him out of the lineup, and he wouldn't play him for 3 or 4 games, and then he would put him back in the lineup.
But this is kind of revisionist history.
No, it's not. Because I vividly remember I vividly remember him having this problem where he was playing, like he went on a 5-game stretch where he was playing really well, and then Steve Kerr took him out of the lineup for situational purposes, and then he wouldn't play at all, and then he would put him back in the lineup. So when I'm yanking a guy in and out of the lineup, I'm screwing him up. But
because of Kuminga.
But to Real Talk's point, him coming to the Golden State Warriors to play basketball, right? Him coming to the Golden State Warriors to play basketball, that brand of basketball was from where he came from, which was, what is that, G League Ignite? Is that what it was? Like, and he didn't, and I don't think that that's what they needed there. And I think that they were trying to teach him how to play basketball the way they play basketball, and he just wasn't ready for that. He wanted to play.
But the issue is that he played. He had multiple runs in the last 3 years where he was playing well at times. But then what would happen is he's not a consistent enough shooter, a consistent enough driver, a consistent enough ball handler, or defender to stay on the floor consistently. That was Kuminga. Now you can say Kerr didn't do a great job.
And I think that's called growing pains, Swipe. And I think that we can work that out if we're playing somewhere else where the expectation isn't that high.
So a non-playoff team.
Yeah,
sure.
If we're playing somewhere where, I can make more mistakes. Like in Golden State, I wasn't allowed to do that. I wasn't allowed to screw up as much as I would have been allowed to screw up.
You think he should have been?
Then that's my point. My point is that him playing in Golden State, it just wasn't conducive for where his game was at that time. Now, in Atlanta, it's a little bit different, because they aren't a championship contender. And I think that him being able to screw up and him being able to play and not worry about getting yanked out of the game or getting yelled at for a bad shot, I think it's way different than playing in Golden State. And I think that why we see him playing better now, because he looks way more relaxed. He's running more. He's playing faster. He just looks more energetic now, as opposed to when he was in Golden State, where he didn't really know. I don't know when I'm gonna play. I don't know how much I'm gonna play. And I mean, I think that really affected his game.
And they're also on 2 different timelines as an organization and as a player. And they had 2 different visions for what Jonathan Kuminga's career was going to look like. That's been the problem now for years. That's why I've been saying they've been holding that man hostage for years. Y'all kept saying, hey, we want you to change your game and play like this. He kept clearly saying, hey, I'm not just going to be a corner sitter guy that cuts occasionally and is the defensive player guy. He wanted to progress in his career, get better so he can try to sign more towards max contracts and not role player contracts. And so that's been the divide for years. It's easier to get like an Andre Iguodala to come to your team or a Sean Livingston to come to your team after Andre Iguodala had already made the money. He had already been an all-star. So it's easier for a veteran to sacrifice later on in their career than you telling Jonathan Kuminga, who wants to be a star player, play like a star, get paid like a star, hey,
so that's Jonathan Kuminga's problem.
Like
Jonathan is not that caliber of player.
How do we know that?
Both. It's both. See, this is the thing though. Okay, so Morris has talked about players outperforming their role, outperforming their play. That's something that the Golden State Warriors look for. A guy that's going to outperform the role that they're in. Like, you know what I'm saying? A guy that's better than the role because they want to win championships. So it's like, yeah, it makes sense for them. Also, what Real Talk is saying must be true. Jonathan Kuminga must feel like, hey, I'm too good for that role. You know what I'm saying? So it's two things that are right. Like I think he could have fit in with Golden State if he would have bought into that. But he's not willing to buy into that. So now he's gonna go bet on himself, and we'll see what happens there. I too don't think Jonathan Kuminga is a superstar or even a star in the NBA. I don't think that's going to work out for him. I don't think him gambling on himself as being like a star, and when I say star, meaning like a second option on a maybe a contender, but a really good basketball team. I don't think that's what Jonathan Kuminga is. No, I mean a team that gets at least to the second round, maybe loses in 7. You know what I'm saying? A team like that. I don't think Jonathan Kuminga is that good. I think he's better off trying to outperform a role like in Golden State. But that's not my decision to make. So I think you guys are clashing about something where you guys are both are true. Like Swipe, I think you're right. That's a him problem. But to Real Talk's point, if a man want to bet on himself, who are we to say don't bet on yourself?
We literally saw that. We literally saw that in the early 2000s when the Lakers won the World Championship. Like people expected Bryant to just slide into that Kobe Bryant, slide into that Scottie Pippen role. Bryant was like, "I'm not Scottie Pippen. I'm better than that. No, and I'm not going to do that. I work hard on my game, and I'm better than that." And he was right. But to find out, yes, he was. Yes. Come to find out, he was right. Jonathan Kuminga, because maybe I'm seeing this the wrong way, Real Talk, because the Warriors made him look like he wasn't competent. Like maybe this thing is just too fast for you. So we're going to do everything that we can to put you in spaces where we can slow the game down and dumb the game down when you're in the game so you can be productive. Only except when he was, they would still yank him out of the lineup, which suggested to me that, well, maybe he isn't picking it up. Maybe he isn't as smart as I think he is, and this is the problem. But he gets to Atlanta, and Quinn Snyder is a damn good coach. Let's be clear about that. Quinn Snyder is a fantastic coach. He gets to Atlanta, and Quinn Snyder has basically unlocked everything that he's good at. That's what we're going to do. The stuff that you're not good at, we ain't doing none of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Atlanta's a good fit. The vision is, especially next year, they're gonna defend. They're gonna get out in transition. They're gonna play fast with their point forward, Jalen Johnson, surround him with some athletes. Hopefully, the athletes can be some good enough shooters. And go from there. I mean, that's what
he's also a trade piece. He's going to be on a team option for $22 million a year. So
is he the guy, Swiper? I'm glad you brought that. Is he the guy that when like how Lamar Odom was? Like he's the guy that we throw in when we trying to make a big trade. He's a player to make the money work. Okay,
that's what he's a player to make the money work.
Or he's going to be good for their team.
It's the panel. Religion get built on cam. Where the chat throw smoke and the host go ham. You ain't never seen hoops out hit the raw. Every take got weight, every night we drop. This that barbershop. Courtside, worldwide tone. Welcome to the only show that really feel like numbers jumping like the score.